Sentimental FX update for the quasi-daily service for the 3rd of December. Here's your S&P chart on the H4. It's very much in ascendancy. Strong MA. Moving averages are all up on all time frames. There is some supply up here, but we made 2 attempts at closing above, but we've come back down. But I think it's just the case of just it going possibly sideways, and then we're going to go up to MR1. So what's happened? What the sentiment here on the risk calculation, that it's very biased to the upside because there's so many people selling it. There's 11 people selling for every 1 person buying. So that's a very extreme bias in order for a price to propel higher. This is why the risk calculation in the morning is useful. And because it's so risk on, because the retailers are so bearish, we should be going up higher to punish those guys. The reason for it is that they've got stops. So when they enter, they'll just simply move their stops higher and higher. And eventually they'll go broke and price will go up and take their stops without remorse. And then it might hit the technical resistance MR1, because it did in November, if you remember, that was MR1. So we might do that again, then fall, and then we'll just repeat the same thing. So this is hurting our signals because we had the Aussie sell signals. So that's it was just a misfortunate, really. So here's AJ. One above is 77.69 and 76.23, sideways pretty much. Moving averages are weak in the small time frames, and we are buy at the high level. AU one above is 74.43 and 73.85. They're selling it, so that would be bullish, very choppy. So that's them going long here. See, but it came up anyway. So yeah, so this is actually a bullish thing. We got the signal here, but of course there was a strange reaction and the herd got paid. So that's that. It's a bit annoying, but we need EU and EJ to perform well today. So EA, your monthly pivot is at 16331. It's going long, which would be bearish. So SSC below is 16296. One above is 16425. There's your stop loss hunt there at 12130, and that needs to repopulate. And the one below is 12019. We are a buy at the high level, sideways on the dynamic. Pound USD 13453, 13348. We are a buy. That's them selling it here. If they continue to sell it, will come up. NU, this is the largest stop loss cluster, 7088, so we're quite close. One below is 60, well, it's 0.7. Yeah, 0.7 on the dot. We are by. It's them going long, which should be bearish, but price is going up anyway due to USD weakness. Okay, so might not necessarily be Kiwi strength, more to do with dollar weakness, because we shouldn't have seen that happen. That's saying that the retail guys got paid on that move, and that would be unusual. But the dollar is weak, so it's been a very choppy week. EJ one above is 126.8, 12626. We are by. That's them selling it over time, very gradually, and so up we come. I'm gonna hold this one. If this starts falling, we'll just freeze the signals. We are up about 40 pips, so it's not that great, but yeah, I'll keep an eye on this. If this does start falling, I'll just freeze them, and then we can look forward to next week. This week was pretty choppy. And yen 140.01. One below is 139.4. We are a buy at the high level, and it's them selling, so we should come up. Dollar yen. Monthly pivot is 10435, so we're just below monthly pivot now. One above is 104.77, one below is 104.19. We need this to come up above monthly pivot and rally a little bit because this is one of our signals. So that was the action. That's the bullish price action there. That's why we got the signal to buy. And then they just decided to go long, which is then therefore a bearish. So it was very choppy. Dollar CAD, one above 129.64, and below is 128.99. Dollar Swiss, we need this to fall, which I think it should do. It's getting to my target at 0.885. It's just very gradually getting there. 90.18, one below 89, and we are a sell at the high level, so I'm going long. So therefore it falls. I'm holding a very, very small position on this, and I'm targeting 8850. Have been for ages, but it's just like a micro lot. Gold, one above, is 1903.72. We are a sell at the high level, but they're selling it over time there, so that therefore would be bullish. And sideways here, went long. This is the chop I was talking about earlier, and they decided to sell it. So this is one of our signals that actually went well, but we didn't record it on the spreadsheet for volatility reasons. So remember to check that article about risk management, and don't over leverage, don't use large lot sizes according to your capital, and you don't have to take every single signal. Just take something that looks right. Funny I say that this was a signal to buy on the Euro USD, but for me it didn't look right, and then that was probably the catalyst for price to go up because it looked like a sell, and that was the trap. So I kind of wish I took that, but I didn't. So if something doesn't look quite right, it doesn't necessarily mean it won't perform well. See, that fooled me here, but then we just rallied anyway. So I kind of wish I took it. Choppy week this week, and next week should be smoother. We need that dollar bubble to come down. It's just been up there for so long now, so eventually these guys will get exhausted, and we might get to 1.22, 1.23, and then they'll just have to give up because their pockets aren't that large, and they're gonna have to get blown up basically, and then we'll fall. So yeah, let's see what happens next week, and I'll freeze the signals today for sure, and I'll let you know when I do, and I'll speak to you soon.